The movie begins with Ko Chin-tang dressing up and his friends coming into his room to notify him that he is running late. The bride is waiting for him, and it's a big day. He picks up a red apple from the table and takes a bite, then gives a smirk and leaves with them. The next scene shows Chin-tang riding his bike and introducing his 16-year-old self back in 1994 with his friends. Bo-chan has been his best friend since junior high school and has the nickname Boner because he is always having an erection. Ah-ho, his other friend, is a foodie and is chubby in nature. Ko-tang introduces him as the fat boy in the story, as every story is complete with a chubby person in it. He also introduces Sao as his troublesome classmate since junior high. The only thing the boys all have in common is that they are crushing on the beautiful honor student in their class, Chia Yi. A boy called Liu Ying-hung walks into their class, and Chin-tang lets us know that Ying-hung is also in love with Chia Yi. The next scene shows all the students outside for the morning school assembly. A teacher comes and hits Chin-tang and his friends for dozing off during the assembly. During a morning class, Chin-tang notifies the viewers of how boring school is, with much concentration on studying and exams. But gladly, the boys have a way of making the place fun by vibing and dancing during class. A teacher asks Bo-chan to read a passage and Chin-tang laughs at Ying-hung as he sees him startling, making his teacher tell him to read it instead. She tells him to stand to read it, and when Chin-tang does that, everyone in the class sees that he has his shorts pulled down. The principal scolds Chin-tang for in class and Bo-chan as well. In his life of teaching, he has seen all kinds of problematic students, but not those who are perverts. He calls Chia Yi out and assigns Chin-tang to always sit in front of her and ensure he doesn't influence the other students badly. He also tells Bo-chan to sit with H.C. Ming-ho and warns them not to be around each other anymore, or he will let their parents remove them from the school. Chia Yi scolds Chin-tang when he tries to misbehave and warns him not to bring unnecessary trouble for her. Rather, he should concentrate on his studies. Chin-tang complains about how Chia Yi and him have never been on good terms because of how opposite they are. As Chin-tang and Ah-ho ride on their bicycles heading back home, Ah-ho advises Ko-tang not to give Chia Yi a hard time, and Chin-tang sarcastically agrees to it. At his home, Chin-tang says that his behaviors are sometimes the way his family is. Ko-tang walks to meet his mom in the kitchen, and she scolds him to go put on clothes because he is no longer a little boy. Ko-tang goes to meet his dad, who is also sitting at the dining table. He says he got this particular habit from his father. Ko-tang's dad informs him that his school called and advises him not to cause trouble in school anymore. His parents ask him if he is getting distracted because of a girl, but he breaks it to them that he doesn't have any girl. He tells his parents how his friends and classmates have been trying to get Chia Yi's attention, but they keep ruining all their efforts. The next scene shows the English teacher walking in as Chia Yi notifies her classmates to greet their teacher. They all sit down afterward, and with a troubled look, Chia Yi searches for her English textbook. The teacher asks those who don't have their textbooks with them to stand, and just as Chia Yi is about to do so, Chin-tang passes his textbook to her and decides to stand up instead. The English teacher scolds him and tells him to raise up his chair and take it outside as a tool for his punishment. He is given the punishment of hopping around the corridor 10 times, making Chia Yi feel bad for him and also disappointed in herself. Chia Yi is seen in the library looking lost as her friend walks up to her and seeks to know what's bothering her, playing and asking her if she needs an exorcism. She lies to her friend that she is fine and doesn't need anything as she walks away. As Chin-tang eats his lunch, Chia Yi comes and pokes his back with a pen. He turns and she apologizes and thanks him for his act of kindness yesterday. Ko-tang makes Chia Yi aware that he has absolutely no shame and doesn't mind doing that. She thanks him again, and Ko-tang tells her that instead of him listening to her say thank you, she should buy him a drink as a thank you gift. Chia Yi seeks to know why Ko-tang is a lazy student who doesn't like studying, and he breaks it to her that he is like that because he doesn't want to compete with her. He knows that if he takes his studies really seriously, he will overtake her in being the honor student. Ying-hung comes and hits Ko-tang with his ball and notifies him that it is time to leave so they can play their game. Chia Yi goes to meet Chin-tang as he tries to fix his bicycle. She lends him her mathematics textbook so he can read for the upcoming quiz and get at least 50%. Ko-tang asks Chia Yi why she loves picking on people, but Chia Yi lets him know that she isn't the one who picks on people. Rather, it's him who does that. The next day in class, Ko-tang walks in and Chia Yi asks about the assignment she gave him. She marks it and elucidates to him how he can work on the assignment again for the quiz later. Chia Yi's friend confronts her, saying her behavior these past few days is really different. And Chia-yi responds by letting her friend know that she isn't a lover of lazy students. In Ko-tang's room, he tries to read the book that Chia-yi has given to him, but he gets sleepy instead and falls asleep. In the next scene, Ko-tang comes into the classroom where Ying-hung and Chia-yi are in as he lays his head on the desk. Chia-yi pokes his back and hands over the assignment to her. She checks it out and returns it to him, telling him to do the corrections. At Shin-tang's house, he practices English reading loudly, and his neighbor comes out and scolds him for disturbing him this late. Ko-tang screams and lets his neighbor know that he is studying English really well. During a class, their teacher shares their different script with them. After reading the scores loudly, Ko-tang gets a 75% and everyone in class hails him, with their teacher advising him to remain the genius that he claims to be. Chia-yi smiles at him as he walks back to take his seat. As Shin-tang plays basketball with his friends, they feel tired and decide to take a break. They go to sit at the sit-out spot by the basketball court, where Chia-yi and her friend are discussing zombies. If a zombie bites a human, the person becomes a zombie as well. As Ko-tang and Aho sit, Chia-yi asks Ko-tang if he heard about the rumors, and he replies that he hears every girl wants to date him. Chia-yi and her friend laugh at him for being delusional, and lets him know that the rumor is that stowaways from China drowned, and when their bodies got washed up on the shore, they became zombies. Ko-tang tells her he heard about it from the newspaper, and that the zombies might be in Bagawashan Mountain if they jumped harder. This scares Chia-yi and her friend, making them panic from the fear of becoming zombies as well. Cao looks at Shin-tang with a stern eye as he plays basketball and sees him with Chia-yi. As Ko-tang goes to urinate, Cao joins him and gives him a can of drink, asking him for a favor. He has noticed that Ko-tang and Chia-yi have been very close lately and seem to have a lot to talk about. He asks Ko-tang to help him write a love letter to Chia-yi. During the school's cleanup, Chia-yi pleads with Ko-tang to stay for cram school after their classes for the day. He seeks to find out the reason why she wants him to, and she tells him that he needs to be there so he can become a better student. This makes Ko-tang rethink his decision and finally agree to stay back after classes. During their reading session, Ko-tang takes his dinner and laughs at Chia-yi, saying she wants him to be with her because she's actually scared of the zombies coming to meet her while she studies. He gives her the letter from Cao, and she reads the content out. Chia-yi lets Ko-tang know that she is aware he wrote it himself and not Cao. She tells him he sucks at writing love letters, and he should invest his time in learning proper English, rather than writing love letters with horrible grammar formations. Ko-tang warns Chia-yi not to fall for his charm, and she bursts his bubbles by letting him know she doesn't fall for people who are dumber than she is. Ko-tang gets pissed and reminds her that he just doesn't want to hurt her pride and feelings by studying too much and overtaking her. She lets him know that she is fine and ready for him to overtake her with her honorary position. They both agree on a bet. If Chia-yi wins, Ko-tang will do everything and anything she wants, while if he wins, she will have to carry a ponytail instead of her usual hairstyle. She agrees to it and gets confident by saying that she is accepting it because she knows that he won't win the bet. The next scene shows Ko-tang and Chia-yi reading and preparing really hard for their upcoming midterm test, which they placed a bet on. The result is finally out and Chia-yi overtakes him. Ko-tang gets disappointed and Chia-yi asks him to go shave his hair off as a punishment for losing the bet. He does that and lets her know that he doesn't owe her anything anymore. As Ko-tang sits with his friends Aho, Bo-chun, Ying-hung, and Cao, Chia-yi walks with her friend Chia-yi and passes them with a smile on her face and a ponytail as her new hairstyle. They all admire her, and Cao, being delusional, thinks that Chia-yi is now in love with him. Bo-chun also wonders how Chia-yi knows he loves it when a girl is intended over a ponytail. Ko-tang, being amazed by Chia-yi's dazzling smile and hairstyle, he promises himself to take his studies very seriously from this moment onward. He also wonders why Chia-yi chose to go on a ponytail even after she won the bet. In their classroom, the supervisor comes in and announces to them that the class funds have gone missing, and they all need to take out their pens and write down the name of their classmate whom they feel is responsible for stealing the money. Cao gets up and disagrees with the supervisor, saying he has no right to tell them to suspect their classmates of theft. Ko-tang stands up too and concurs with Cao. Chia-yi does the same thing and suggests that they can all contribute to the funds rather than blaming each other. As everyone in the class gets up to support Cao and his friends, the supervisor gets angry and asks them to bring out their bags for him to search it, and they all throw their bags at him at the same time, hitting him. The next scene shows Chia-yi, Ko-tang, Bo-chun, Ying-hung, Aho, and Cao under punishment for coordinating their classmates into hitting their supervisor with their bags. Chia Yi cries and pleads with them not to look at her because she's embarrassed. They all commend her for being bossy this time around and standing up for what's actually right, without the fear of being punished. This puts a smile on her face, and Ko Teng lets her know that she is very pretty when she cries. It is their graduation day, and Chia Yi gives a speech, thanking everyone for the past 6 years together as a family. They all sign on their shirts and hug each other, waiting for what comes next in life. It is time for their college entrance exams, and Ko Teng says that for him, college exams were like a test, while for Chia Yi, it was a special training program. Ko Teng and his friends usually hang out together at the beach before they get into college. After playing with the waters, they all sit and discuss what they feel their future holds for them. Chia Yi says she isn't expecting way too much from her future. Chia Y says she wants to marry a rich man, while Ko Teng says he wants to be the reason why the world becomes a better place. In Ko Teng's room, his phone rings, and he rushes to pick it up, and just as he does, he hears Chia Yi crying over the phone. Ko Teng goes to meet her, and she tells him that even after all her years of studying and being a bookworm, she still can't achieve her goal. He gives her both his handkerchief and his t-shirt to wipe her nose and stop tearing. Aho got into the university to study economics, Ying Hung to study information engineering, and Sao to study chemical engineering. Even though Chia Yi didn't do as well as she expected, she still got into the University of Education, and Chia Yi can already picture her being a teacher as it would really suit her. Ko Teng pleads with Chia Yi not to let boys want her, and this makes her laugh. He hands over the gift he bought for her, and she boards the train heading to her university. Bo Chun is to retake the entrance exams, and Ko Teng is to go back to another type of school with Chia Yi in it. He says that he never knew Chia Yi wouldn't be the first girl he held hands with. Rather, it is Qi Xin who chose to dance with him during one of their school events. Ko Teng goes ahead to describe his new school as being weird and filled with weirder roommates. He has a roommate named Sayo Lun, who only knows how to weight lift all day, and another named Yi Kai who doesn't attend classes, but rather stays in the room all day, reading manga. Qin Han has been preparing for graduate school by reading all day since he arrived. Ko Teng usually calls Chia Yi every night. Most times she sleeps off on their call, and he keeps wasting money on the phone call, to the point where he spends his food money on calling her. It's their first Christmas together, and Ko Teng visits Chia Yi in Taipei. Taipei is so cold, and Chia Yi gives Ko Teng her gloves. She confirms from Ko Teng if it is truly a date they are going for, and he smiles at her. During their date, Ko Teng and Chia Yi experience lots of fun together. Chia Yi seeks to know if Ko Teng truly likes her, and the reason why. She expresses her fears and worries that she might not be who Ko Teng thinks she is. She fights with her sister over little things, and she is always grumpy when she wakes up early. Maybe the person Ko Teng fell for is just in his imagination. She asks him if he truly likes her, and he blurts out a yes. This makes Chia Yi walk away from him as she feels like he doesn't like him. They both go to make their wishes, and Ko Teng professes his feelings to Chia Yi about how he wants to make her his girl. She seeks to know if he wants to find her answer, and he tells her that he doesn't want her to turn him down. Rather, he wants to keep liking her, so she should keep her response. Ko Teng sets up a boxing competition in his hostel and places the posters on the walls to alert everyone there. He goes to call Chia Yi, and she scolds him for setting up such a dangerous game, instead of thinking of how to improve his grades. Her statement pisses him off and makes him feel bad, making him hang up on her. Ko Teng loses the fight and gets beaten up more badly than his opponent. Chia Yi comes to watch them, and after the show, she raises her voice at Ko Teng for always being so childish and bringing up games that would physically hurt him. Ko Teng tries to make her understand that these games are what make him really happy, and he expresses his disappointment that Chia Yi never supports him with the things he likes doing. He walks away from her, and she cries. Ko Teng informs his friends Sao and Aho about his fight with Chia Yi, and they all board different trains to come and see if they might have a chance with her, now that she is having issues with Ko Teng. Aho gets to Taipei before Sao and professes his love for Chia Yi. She accepts him, and they start dating. During a date with Aho, she sees a couple being upset over an issue and reconciling immediately. This makes her reminisce about her lovely moments with Chia Yi, and Aho notices this. As he holds Chia Yi and walks with her, she slowly removes her hand from his, signifying that she no longer wants a relationship with him. Even though Aho and Chia Yi only dated for 5 months, this still made Ko Teng jealous. As Ko Teng and his roommates are in their room, the walls begin to shake, and everything crumbles. They all run out of their hostels thinking it's a ghost. Ko Teng rushes to go call Chia Yi, and she lets him know that she is safe and outside her hostel too. They both talk on the phone for a very long time, as they haven't spoken to each other in 2 years now. Chia-yi scolds Ko Teng for not calling her, and Ko Teng does the same to her as well. She asks him how he has been, and he tells her he hasn't been studying so much as he did back then because she isn't here now. Chia-yi was the reason why he studied hard back then in school. He tries to know if Chia-yi now has a boyfriend, but she lets him know that her current relationship life isn't his business. Ko Teng asks her why the relationship she had with a hoe didn't last for long, and she tells him that she felt he didn't like her so much, or another reason might be that Ko Teng had given her a kind of love that made it difficult for her to feel others' love for her. They both thank each other for loving themselves, and they hang up the call. Everyone in Ko Teng's class prepares for their graduation term, constantly studying at the library. This stresses Ko Teng out, and he decides to start writing on his blog. The next scene shows Ko Teng narrating the stories of his friends. Cao couldn't get into the NBA, but now he sells cars and is pretty good at what he does. For an average, he sells 1 car per day. Ying Heng passed the government workers exam and now works as a librarian. A Ho becomes an insurance salesman who enjoys driving his car, and every day, he spends about 12 hours in it. Boner travels to America after his military service. His English sucks really bad, and Ko Teng can't help but wonder if he is just seeking another place to ejaculate. Ko Teng reminds the viewers of Chia-yi's friend, Chia Y, who now goes by the name Wan Wan. Sometimes those who achieve their dreams are not also the most intelligent ones at school. Rather, it is those who persist till the end. When Bo Chun comes back to Taiwan with a degree, Ko Teng gets excited. Time jumps to 2005, when Ko Teng dresses up in front of the mirror, and his friends walk in to tell him that the bride is awaiting his presence. They all sit at the table and have a conversation. Bo Chun confesses that he never really had feelings for Chia-yi. He just felt like joining the multitude to hit on her. Bo Chun tells his friends at the table that they should all be ashamed of themselves because Chia-yi is getting married today, but none of them is her groom. Cao suggests that they should play rock, paper, scissors, and the winner would sponsor the groom for a treat. Ko Teng notifies them that if they truly love someone, they wouldn't be happy seeing the person getting married to another. Bo Chun concurs and says that true love means someone should get up and stab the current group in the back. As they hit their glasses together for the cheers, the light goes off, and they all turn around to see Chia-yi beautifully walking down the aisle with her husband. They all can't help but smile at her as she smiles at them back too. Ko Teng changes his statement, saying he was wrong because if you actually like someone, you would be happy for them when you find out they have met their Mr. Right, and will surely live happily ever after. He claps his hands and can't help but be absolutely amazed by how beautiful and happy she is right now. Everyone goes to take photos with the bride and groom. They all pose funnily for the pictures, and Cao demands a kiss from the groom to the bride, which everyone agrees to. The groom states a rule that anyone can kiss the bride if they kiss him first, the way they want to kiss Chia-yi. Bo Chun and a Ho whine about the rule, and Ko Teng, without wasting a single moment, grabs him and kisses him, making everyone there surprised. He kisses the man and ruins a table filled with drinks. This makes Chia-yi and the others laugh and get excited by his constant boldness. Chia-yi reminisces all the beautiful moments she has spent with Ko Teng, right from high school till now. The moment he decided to take the punishment for her, when she forgot to bring her English textbook. The time she gave him a sample quiz to solve and bring back to him. The day they both went on a date. The time she cried under the rain for him cause he was hurting himself by setting up dangerous physical fighting games. And the day Ko Teng called and pleaded with her not to hold any strange man's hand, but his alone. As Ko Teng kisses Chia-yi now, more high school throwback moments are shown, as he once told her that solving tricky maths problems wouldn't change anything in their lives. In the next 10 years, he wouldn't even know what LOG is anymore. Chin Tang informs Chia-yi that he is still going to be her favorite childish person, and she laughs out loud and smiles at him as the camera moves to his letter saying, "To her happy married life, the apple of my eyes,